Direct from Foxborough, Massachusetts, the gem of Norfolk County, and taped at the studios of Foxborough Cable Access. It's Foxborough Central. And here's your host, Bob Hickey.
That's right, you are here with me. Who am I? I'm Bob Hickey, your host of Foxborough Central. I'm so glad that you've taken a little bit of time to join me and my guests as we talk about the people, events, and organizations that make Foxborough the gem of Norfolk County. I'm pleased to be joined today by Paul Dumas. Paul,
Hi.
How are you doing
Nice to
today?
meet you, Bob.
And Linda McCoy, the real McCoy. And we're talking... Sorry about that, folks. But we're here to talk today about the Friends of Foxborough Seniors and all the good work they do. It's a group, a club, an organization. It's a nonprofit organization.
That's right.
That is not part of the Council on Aging, and it's not part of the Senior Center. It is the Friends of Foxborough Seniors. What are they? Who do they do?
Bob, as we were talking before the shoot, we kind of mirror the Friends of Boyden Library, in that we're a nonprofit, and the library staff and the library can't do certain things in terms of fundraising,
Because
supplemental
it's part
stuff.
of government.
Yep. And the Senior Center and the Council on Aging have that same impediment.
They're part of government.
So we're an adjunct to the senior activities, at the senior center, that the council sponsors, and other things in town that impact seniors. And I'm kind of new to the organization. Only been there a couple of years, and I was recruited by Dick Thompson.
I didn't know they were letting
past
40-year-olds in there. So,
Well, actually, you could be a friend even if you're not a senior citizen.
That's right.
And some of the most active friends started when they were quite young.
Okay.
As did Dick Thompson.
and that brings us up to, we're going to talk about a number of things on today's program. One, Foxborough, the Friends of Foxborough Seniors, how to join them and how to be a supporter of them, but also talking about an upcoming tribute, if you will, on May 10th. And it's coming up on Saturday, May 10th at 10 o'clock in the morning at the Foxborough Senior Center. And this is going to be a tribute to Dick Thompson, but also announcing an exciting new scholarship for local high school students, and it's called the Dick Thompson Memorial Scholarship. I got that right?
Yes.
Pretty much.
I'm glad when
Pretty
I get
much.
it right. I always like to get it right.
We'll have to defer a little later in the taping. Linda's the point person on the scholarship, and she's done all the work.
All right.
And,
well, I can't wait to talk about that.
And in terms of the Friends itself, historically, the forerunner of the Friends was actually incorporated, I think, in 1974. Imagine that, 40 years.
That's
And it was called the Eldergram Association of Foxborough Senior Citizens.
really.
And now it's just Friends of Foxborough Seniors. And back 40 years ago, we didn't have a senior center, and the Council on Aging bounced around the town, various buildings, and the Friends, the current version of the Friends, were very active in the, working with the town fathers to build the senior center.
Well, I remember back in the day, and as a member of the JCs, we always seemed to end up getting tasked with painting the new spare room that they would put the senior center in. And so I remember painting classrooms in a couple different elementary schools, and that was such a huge project to get the senior center built, to have a permanent home. So that was a lot of credit to everybody involved with getting that together.
That's true. And when some of the things that the Friends do in terms of their fund, after they raise their funds, the initial opening of the building didn't provide for all the furnishings that you need in a new building.
Right.
And back when the building opened, the Friends took care of the furnishings for the building. And over the years, since the building, which is a wonderful building and serves the town well, they've done a few other capital type subsidizing. Just 2 or 3 years ago, it was in, I think, May or June, the AC and the building croaked.
Really?
And of course, Bob, that's the end of the fiscal year
That is.
coming up. So, there wasn't much
You
in the
either
budget.
have it to spend or you don't have it to
And,
spend.
and the friends, came up with, a couple $1,000, $3,000, I forget what it was, to put the AC in at that time. And I've been advised that, when the town first got a van, Jerry Rodman, who was so friendly to the seniors, such a catalyst for the building itself, he actually donated the first van, but a subsequent van, the friends partially paid for it with the town. Of course, now the town is.
I was a member of the Board of Selectmen when that happened, and I remember those discussions very well. And that was a huge partnership piece because.
And now the town has stepped up more and more with funding, and just this year they got a wonderful new van
they
that the
really?
town has subsidized. But in addition, excuse me, would you believe my voice is a little off, Bob, and I'm considered one of the loudest voices in town.
Nobody in Foxborough would believe that, sir.
A lot of the activities, programs at the seniors center sometimes need supplemental funds, and some of the things that we've sponsored. We've sponsored a Christmas party. When the 7-8 seniors need certain supplies, and we know how great they are, we've helped them out. There's a lifeline process that some folks get through the human services, and we subsidize half the cost.
You help out with that as
Yep.
well.
And probably the biggest thing we do every month, it's part of our budget, is we donate $250 to the Foxborough Discretionary Fund every month.
Every month.
Every month. And there is, I don't know what the demographics are in terms of who gets the services from the discretionary fund, but we will be, we have reached out to Lisa Downs and Jeff Peterson, to get a closer nexus with that group in terms of, what we can do to help them.
Well, I've always said that Foxborough is built upon the back of its volunteers, and the way we work as a community is a seamless integration of friends of any group, and be they civic organizations or dedicated groups such as the Friends of Foxborough Seniors. And so what a wonderful way to get your message out as to what you do, because there's always a need for more people to be a member of the Friends of Foxborough Seniors or any other civic group. And a large part of it is people assume or take for granted, and they really shouldn't, because as you've said, you've only been talking for 5 minutes, but boom, 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 those are such important things that maybe would have gone unfunded or maybe wouldn't have happened, or with a discretionary fund, it's just a piece of the puzzle that goes into creating this wonderful discretionary fund that we have here in Foxborough. So such credit to the Friends of Foxborough Seniors, and thank you for sharing all of that.
And, this winter was arguably
It was tough.
the coldest winter we've had in probably 30 years.
It was tough.
And all of us saw our heat bills jump. And this is, of course, something the discretionary fund helps out on. And we, in addition to our monthly stipend that we give them, we did vote to make a, substantial contribution to the discretionary fund for the heat needs. This, and we do this all, basically, our funds are derived primarily from our dues, which is only $7 a year. You know what the dues were in 1974?
I do not. You're going to tell me $2. $2 a year.
Then I saw another document a few years later, it went up to $3. And I've been a member 5 or 6 years, and it hasn't gone up. And one of the reasons it doesn't go up, when people get their renewals, or if you fill out an application, there's a line there for $7 dues, donation, and people throw extra in.
Okay.
So that's basically how we get most of our money. We do have a couple of fundraisers. Believe it or not, I was very involved the last 2 years in the apple pie making.
Were you really? Now?
And I didn't eat any of the apple pies that were made, not a bite.
Well, now that seems like a sin, to tell you the truth.
And that activity, along with some other activities, there's a social aspect of a help, good thing for seniors to do in addition to raising some funds. And another fundraising we have is an annual plant sale, which is actually coming up the same day, May 10th, on the Common from 9 to 12.
Okay.
So we're going to have some split forces that day.
But it's definitely a day to come out and support the Foxborough, the Friends of Foxborough Seniors. And so either coming up to the Common on May 10th to get your plants. It is that time of year, and looking out the window, you can see that there's actual sunshine. It is not just a rumor. There is really sunshine coming to New England, and spring has sprung, or will soon spring, and hopefully by then it'll definitely be sprung. So that, but also on May 10th at 10 a.m. at the Foxborough Senior Center, there is the tribute to Dick Thompson. Now, maybe we can talk a little bit about who Dick Thompson was. Many people know, many don't. And why are we having this tribute for him?
Dick has been a teacher in the area, a jeweler here, and he's worked very hard and diligently for senior citizens in the community, whether it's been for the Council on Aging or the Friends of Foxborough Seniors. He has held many positions within the Friends and was, bless him, co-president with me, because it can be an overwhelming job. I give Paul a lot of credit for doing it so diligently.
And Paul is the current president?
Yes.
Congratulations.
I get drafted.
Or voluntold.
But the focus of Dick's actions were in helping the seniors on whatever level he could. He was a strong advocate for the folks who needed a little bit more in town. Mm-hmm. We're very proud of him.
So then this coming May 10th is going to be an opportunity to pay tribute.
Yes.
And this is at the Senior Center at 10 a.m. in the morning. Who's invited? Anybody over the age of 90, or can anybody show?
Is that only for Friends, or is it for the whole community?
It's open.
The whole community.
We're going to have a number of speakers, Bob. Mm-hmm. A couple of folks that have worked.
Linda doesn't know my sense of humor yet. We'll see if we can't get her trained up, you know what I'm saying? The whole 90 thing just rolled off her, because as we know, you don't have to be a senior to be a Friends of Foxborough Seniors.
That's true. In fact,
Right.
Dick, as Linda alluded to, all of his activities, Dick was a selectman in town from 82 to 88. Mm-hmm. He also served on the Council on Aging from 75 to 81 and 88 to 98. And he also served on 8 other town committees and functions. Mm. Okay, but the thrust was definitely seniors. So people that have worked with him are going to speak. Jeff Peterson, a former
selectman himself,
served with Dick, and also very active with the discretionary. Has committed to come, and we'll probably have at least one of the selectmen there. We're not sure how that will be, because we got an election coming up, and you don't know what the protocol is.
Right.
But so he's certainly, if there's a Hall of Fame for people with senior activism, he's in there with Jerry Rodman and Lorraine Garland and countless others that are still plugging.
Yes, and the Foxborough Senior Center located at 74 Central Street.
Yes.
And people, and there's plenty of parking there, and there's also parking up at Town Hall, and people can walk their way down. So that is open to the public, but the key piece of this is going to be the work that he did on behalf of the seniors, for the seniors, and it'll also be the day that this new scholarship is going to be announced. And I understand that it's the Dick Thompson Memorial Scholarship Fund, and this is going to be awarded to a high school student?
More than that, it is open to any resident of Foxborough who is going into a continuing education that will benefit the seniors. Some of the examples would be nursing, social work, physical therapy, nursing home administration, any field that will benefit seniors. So it is open to older students, folks who may be returning to learn a second career. So
how sharp is that? Excellent.
Yeah, it's there are not enough scholarships for older folks, and I'm not saying old, but folks that are returning to school.
We'll call them non-traditional students.
Non-traditional
and you're right,
students, you're right.
There's not a bucket of scholarship money available, and so it makes it even tougher. In addition to the challenges when you have family responsibilities,
Exactly.
And life doesn't take away responsibilities, it adds to it as we get older, and so it becomes tougher and tougher to either change careers or advance one's career through continuing education. So that's a really sharp project, so thank you for doing that. And that is the Dick Thompson Memorial Scholarship Fund, and the first one is going to be announced on May 10th?
That's correct.
This is the first awarding.
Yes.
Excellent, most excellent. So, on May 10th, people can go up and buy their plants and then go down to the Dick Thompson tribute that's going to happen at the Senior Center at 10 a.m. in the morning.
And then they, if they want to go to the senior center first, they can go up and get the plants after the.
There you go.
after
That way
the
you don't have to
activity.
bring them down. It's going to be a beautiful day, I know. So part of a scholarship fund is raising money for the scholarship. And I know that while dues are delightful to pay money to, they need more. And so people who are interested, who maybe have been touched by some of the good work of Mr. Thompson over the years, can also contribute to this by sending donations to your post office box, Post Office Box 116.
That's
here
right.
in Foxborough, Mass. 02035, and it is to the Friends of Foxborough Seniors. So if they're writing out a check, do they have to put Dick Thompson Memorial Fund on it?
That would be good, but normally we'd probably be able to figure it out.
Okay.
I mean, you don't make a donation without either have a note or annotation on the bottom of the check.
Right.
So that's what, we're.
So people should feel free to contribute that way. And
Yes.
of course, if they want more information, they can call you as president of Foxborough, Friends of Foxborough Seniors, and they can call you at 508-816-7517.
That's right, thank you.
All right, and we're going to talk more. I'm here with Linda McCoy, who is a past president and the leader of the Dick Thompson Memorial Scholarship Fund, and Paul DeMoss, who is our president, current president of the Friends of Foxborough Seniors. So, Friends of Foxborough Seniors, looking for members?
Yes,
Why?
every organization, needs to, constantly strive to increase their
Absolutely,
membership.
absolutely.
And, we've both been involved in organizations, and that's the lifeblood of an organization. And we're very open. I went to a meeting 5 or 6 years ago and was invited to go on the board, a very open group of folks. We actually have a seat open if, somebody wants to get a little bit more active. It's a wonderful group to work with. They've been, I've been in a lot. I'm currently on 6 boards, and I would say that the most harmonious group that I serve with is the Friends of Foxborough Seniors. And with my personality, that's a little bit, there's a tribute to them. They forgive. They're very forgiving.
I was going to say, due to your leadership, of course.
Well, I don't do that much. I sit at the table and talk.
The best thing
You know?
about any organization is that the different flavors that make a good stew. And I always say that, and you said it best when you talk about the lifeblood, is bringing in new members and bringing in new ideas. And it's really important to do that.
You need it for 3 reasons. One, you need the membership because there's dues that comes with it. Okay, but more people, some of them will become activists. And the more members you have, that gives you more juice, Bob, when you have to talk to a state senator, a state rep, a selectman, or go before any group or individual on behalf of the Friends. We do a few social things as well. We've had Christmas events to the Pops and other social things, and we're talking about doing a game to the Paw Sox, not to be in conflict with the senior center. They do quite a bit of travel. We do
The
stuff.
Senior Center has so many activities going on, and Vicki Lowe does a great job as the director out there, and we get to read about it every week in the Foxborough Reporter. And I know that a lot of those activities wouldn't necessarily happen if those funds had to be diverted towards other things that the Friends of Foxborough Seniors take care of. So people need to understand that it isn't a one-for-one give back. It's really more of the entire puzzle. There's a significant piece offered by this group and that group and this group, but because of all those things, these other things can happen. So a lot of credit goes to the Friends of Foxborough Seniors. I didn't know about the air conditioning issue, but that is such a great story as far as understanding the partnership between the Friends of and the municipal organizations. So that's the sort of thing that gets me going. I like that.
We're really lucky in Foxborough, in our town, despite whatever little controversy you sometimes have at the Board of Selectmen or the school committee and so forth.
No idea what you're talking
when
about.
When you look at other towns around, we do well, and our senior center was actually the Taj Mahal up until a couple of years ago when Franklin built some gigantic thing. But Franklin is 3 times our population.
I've seen theirs, yes.
I haven't been in there, but people that come into our senior center from out of town, applaud it, and this is a reflection of the citizens that support it, the selectmen, the council on aging, and the staff.
Well, it's a beautiful building, and credit to everybody who worked hard to get it put there, but it's also beautiful inside because the programs and the activities that go on, including the technology center and everything else that goes on in that building, really makes for a strong program, because you can have a super program in any building. The building isn't the program, but the building does support the programs. And so that's a credit to Foxborough and credit to everybody who's put all the work into it. The important thing here is that we want folks to know that the Friends of Foxborough Seniors are not the same organization as the Council on Aging, and that they're not the same organization as the Senior Center per se. Sure. It's a separate nonprofit organization. You're the president, you're a past president, and people who make a donation to the Dick Thompson Memorial Scholarship Fund, this is actually a nonprofit organization, so it's a tax-deductible donation.
Yes, it is.
That's very important to know. Excellent. If we had an opportunity to give you the last word, I would give it to you. And since it's my program and I can do anything I want, I'm going to give you the last word. Before we do that, I'm going to thank Linda McCoy, who is the go-to person for the Dick Thompson Memorial Scholarship Fund, and Paul Dumas, who is the president of the Friends of Foxborough Seniors, for coming in and sharing with us today. If you would like to make a donation to the Dick Thompson Memorial Scholarship Fund, you can send it to Post Office Box 116, Foxborough, Massachusetts 02035. If you'd like to learn more about the Friends of Foxborough Seniors and learn about membership opportunities or how to get more involved, you can call Paul up at 508-816-7517. And the final thing that I'm going to tell you, which I know you're going to write down and remember, is go to the Common, Foxborough Common, on May 10th and pick up a plant. But before you do that, 10 o'clock a.m., go to the Friends of Foxborough Seniors Dick Thompson Tribute, which is going to be held at the Foxborough Senior Center at 74 Central Street here in beautiful downtown Foxborough. If you look out the window, it's just a few doors down that way. So, Mr. Dumas, Ms. McCoy, last word. I've said it all, I know. You can't even think of anything else to say.
You got a great memory.
Please consider coming to this memorial. Dick was a fantastic person whose life was dedicated to helping folks that needed a helping hand, whether it was through education or advocating for the seniors. And we would like to pay him a tribute for doing all of that. We do have a scholarship fund. This year is the first year. And in case anybody wants to contribute to that, you gave us.
And the graphics will also be on the screen. So
yes,
there we go.
yes, and that would be a very nice occasion to be part of, but to remember Dick in this most honorable way. He deserves it.
Mr. Donuts, I know it's going to be tough, but if I could get you to say one thing.
Dick was as unselfish a person as you could ever meet for over 40 years in civic activism. And, we're proud as the Friends to honor him in the fashion that Linda has described.
Thank you very much. And on behalf of all the volunteers of Foxborough Cable Access, thank you for taking the time to join us. And I'd also like to thank my volunteers, Betty Travers behind the camera, Gary Nash behind the glass, Deb Storrs, who is normally on the camera, but she's off doing fun things today. Until next time, I'm Bob Hickey, your host. Have a great day, Foxborough.